Good morning and welcome to Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening Sunday morning service. We are so glad you're here. I am love and light. I am free to fly. I am love and light. I am free, free to fly. I am a heart in action. I am love's compassion. I am a heart in action of love. I claim it with me now. I am love and light. I am free to fly. I am love and light. I am love that I want to see. I am love and light shining bright. I am shining bright. I am the love I want to see. I am a heart in action. I am love's compassion. I am love and light. I am free, free to fly, free to fly, free to fly, free to fly. Fly with love, free to fly, fly with compassion, free to fly. I am light. I'm light. I'm light. Shining bright. Shine bright. I'm love. Love. Yeah, love and light, shining bright. That's what you are. That's what we are. We come together to just remind each other of that truth of our being and to lift one another up. So whoever you are and wherever you're from, we're so glad you're here. And I am Reverend Christy Snow. So on behalf of our community, Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening, we just want to say thank you for joining us this morning. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Lay all your fears and all your doubts aside. Let go of all the hurt you hold inside. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Can you feel the love of all who've gathered round? Turn to the comments and say good morning to someone. You are worthy of this gift of love right now. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Well, who would have known you to open your heart and feel the love that we have for you this morning and always. Let's breathe into that love. With this beautiful chant by our friend Amy Steinberg. I like to call this a time of musical meditation. Where we just allow ourselves to drop into our heart space with conscious awareness. Slowing our breathing. Sweet love surrounds me now. Love, sweet love, comes through. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love, sweet love, comes through. Oh, love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. Breathing into this absolute truth that there is only love, and that it surrounds me and it moves through me in this moment and in every moment. I let this love, sweet love, come through me now, and with my conscious awareness of it, I allow it to expand in, through, and around me in all that I say and do, led, guided, and directed, and also protected by that love. And so I say thank you, beloved God, in this moment for moving through me as love, as divine intelligence, pulling to me and through me that which I need for my soul's evolution. And so when it feels exciting and good, I say yes, and when things are challenging, I breathe into that too and trust. And I say yes to life. I say yes to beholding the good. Beholding that good within me and around me, in others and around all situations. Continually moving to the other higher perspective of a greater truth. One steeped in love and universal intelligence. I trust that this is at the center and the circumference of all. I say thank you, God. Thank you for communities like this one, the Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening, for all of those out there teaching life-affirming spirituality that includes all and excludes none, that lifts humanity and all life up in the highest light of love. I say thank you. I say thank you. And I surrender this service and all of the details of my life continually into that heart of the divine, that bigger truth. I just surrender and say yes to life, yes to love and peace and joy, and yes to God. Thank you, God. I let it flow through me now. Thank you. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love, sweet love, comes through. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth.
Hello, CCSA community. My name is Tamala Harris, and I'm one of your prayer chaplains. And I'm happily doing the reading for today, and it's titled Trust Life. Sometimes you have to stop to think, regroup, and regather yourself. Then realize how lucky you are to still be living and to still be breathing and to still be able to have a chance. Sierra. Now, the next one is we need to stop denying the nature of the universe. If we have arrived at the place where we have complete confidence in its perfect action, in its ability to create, maintain, and sustain life within us today, to supply us with all of our needs, then that is what it will do for us tomorrow and on into the future. Ernest Holmes, A New Design for Living. Okay, here it comes. The single most important piece of spiritual advice that I've ever received. Are you ready? Stop complaining. Complaining is the hallmark of victim consciousness. This does not mean we deny challenges and don't work to overcome obstacles. It does not mean we don't have down days or difficult times. It does not mean we don't see the things in the world that need to be healed or lifted into a higher state of consciousness. What it does mean is that we need to stop endlessly writing on about people, events, and circumstances. It means we need to spend more time praising what is working, lifting up all of those around us, and speaking for the possibility and outcomes we desire. What we focus on grows. Focusing on how the universe supports life and moves us forward, evolving into a higher consciousness, aligning us with spiritual truth. This moves us into a higher vibration and a deeper trust and greater demonstrations. Affirmations. I have confidence in life. I trust the universe. I look for the good and praise it. That was the reading for today, Trust Life. And again, my name is Tamala Harris, and CCSA. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Ciao.
Thank you, Tamala, for today's reading from the Science Mind magazine. That was wonderful. Stop complaining. Let's start praising the good, praising what's working, lifting up those around us, speaking for possibility and the outcomes that we desire. Yes, yes, and yes. Thank you for that. And wow, what a great jumping off point into this idea that I have, that I want to explore today, about beholding the good. Beholding the good. You know, you've heard the saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's a phrase from the 3rd century, actually, and Shakespeare said it a little differently. He said, beauty is brought by the judgment of the eye. Beauty is brought by the judgment of the eye. And then it was Benjamin Franklin that said, beauty is but supported by opinion. And this idea that beauty is supported by opinion, that beauty is brought by the judgment of the eye, goes back to what I spoke about last week about perception, and I think it was last week anyway, the idea of what the filter that we're looking at through life with, right? And so if beauty is brought by the judgment of the eye, and let me just pause for a second and talk about judgment before I go on with that, because I can hear Reverend Ned in my head. Many of you know Reverend Ned from our community, and he said to me on many occasions, you know, judgment isn't bad. And you're right, Reverend Ned, judgment is not bad. The word judgment is about the ability to make decisions that, you know, are sensible and that come to a good conclusion, right? So judgment in and of itself is good, and it's the judgmental, right? It's the judgmental mindset that we want to avoid, and most people associate the word judgment with the word judgmental, which is to be critical, to be negative, to always look for the bad. And so we don't want to throw the word judgment out, though, but I do like to lean towards the word discernment, because it takes my mind out from the judgmental, negative way of looking at life to just, hey, this is about choosing, right? Discernment is the ability to judge well, to have righteous judgment, as it talks about in the Bible, to judge rightly. So to make that decision that is a considered decision with a sensible conclusion. So, okay, anyway, so Shakespeare is saying beauty is brought by the judgment of the eye. It's that decision, that perception, the way that we are looking at the world. And then the word behold, let's look at that for a minute. Behold comes, the original meaning of the word behold is all about thoroughly to hold. Thoroughly to hold. That's what the original meaning was, to really hold something. To behold a person is to hold them in your view, to hold them in your energy, right? To behold something. So what are you beholding in your life? What are you beholding through your eye of judgment, through your eye of opinion? What are you beholding about life, about yourself, about others, about your circumstances? That's the question. And so today I'm speaking considerably. Several different readings came to mind when I was thinking about this talk, and so I'm referencing many times this book of Awakening. You've heard me mention it so many times, and I've decided it's been so much a part of my life since I bought it just several years ago. I've decided that I want for us to delve deeply into this next year. So pick a copy of this book up. It's the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. Now, keep in mind there's a little one, I don't know where mine is, but there's a little pocket version, which is also great. But I'm going to be going with this next year, and we're going to go through it and read it together. It's a daily reader, and it's wonderful. Anyway, just a little side note. And so I'm going to be referencing that several times today because of a reading just a few days ago on November 4th called Beholding Others, right? So in that reading, he said, if I only have this time with this person in front of me, what is it that I want or need to ask? What is it I want or need to know? What is it that I want or need to say? If I only have this moment with this person, that is to really thoroughly hold someone, right? To behold someone is to be consciously present with who you're with in every moment, and think, what is mine to share in this moment? What is the gift that I'm here to give, and what is the gift I'm here to receive from this precious encounter with another being? Wow. I promise you, when you start moving through life that way, what seem like miracles start to happen and show up everywhere. Everything becomes poignant, right? And so let us start moving through life that way. What is the gift in this moment? What is the gift in this encounter? What is it? If I only have this moment with this person, what is it that I want or need to say? And what is it that I want or need to hear, to give, and to receive? So ask yourself that. And ask yourself, what is it that I'm beholding about my life? What is the vision I am beholding and keeping a hold of about my life, about myself, about other people, about our world? We become so distracted from our ability to behold good by our gaze being so fixed on a distant plan. So often, we have our sights are set so fixed on a distant idea, a distant plan, a script, if you will, that everyone needs to follow, that we become so distracted we lose the ability to behold the good. Now, I know you might be thinking I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth here because it sounds paradoxical, because I just talked about mental equivalent not long ago. I talked about how you want to start with the end in mind and work from that place as if it's already so. Work from the end in mind. Work from the solution to whatever it is, right? Work from. And now I'm saying it's that fixed gaze out there that's going to mess you up. Both are true. Yes, and. Yes, and. When we are so rigidly fixed and set on that has to be this way, then we lose sight of the magical things happening all around us in every moment. We lose sight of that person sitting right in front of us that could be telling us something that caused us to take a right instead of a left, that caused us to do this in business instead of that. But we weren't paying attention, right? So yes, you want to have your mental equivalent, your idea, your vision, your absolute feeling tapped into where it is you're going, what it is you're wanting to experience for your life and relationships and business and in all things, for our world, for us individually, but not to be so fixed on the outline of things, of how it has to look exactly to a T on which day. Because if we do that, we're missing out. We're missing out. It was Winston Churchill that said, plans are useless, but planning is invaluable. Plans are useless, but planning is invaluable. And the Buddha said it this way: to be a good fisherman, you must detach yourself from the dream of the fish. This makes whatever is caught or found to be a treasure. I had a personal experience with that idea of detaching from the dream of the fish. A personal example of that is this past week. So Brenda and Gina, Brenda Gamble and Gina Stewart, who are in the band here at the center and also in my band for Christy Snow Music, they are wonderful friends of mine. We've been friends for 25, 26, 27, 28, I don't know, years, lots of years. And we had the opportunity, thanks to one of our board members, Lisa Lee. Thank you so much for opening Fifth House over at the lake to us to have a little writer's retreat. So here we were for a few days, just completely focused on writing songs. It was awesome. And I'm convinced it would not have been as awesome if we hadn't started out by saying, let's let it flow through us. If we get a song, we get a song. We wrote 6. In 2.5 days. We wrote 6 songs. But we started with the intention to write songs, with the desire to write songs, with the feeling of what it feels like to write songs, but also with the willingness, the intentional detachment and the willingness to just be in the process, focused on the joy, being inside of the process. Being inside of the process of music allowed songs to flow freely, and it was awesome. And I think about that example and how, we had that, absolutely the mental equivalent, absolutely the intention, absolutely knew what it felt like to be in the finished product, but we were in the place of surrender. We were in a place of willingness to see how the process went. I had never done that before. Sat down with 2 other people and said, okay, let's co-write. It was wonderful. I had done some little bits of co-writing, but it was more like, passing notes in school. Here, I'm going to write this, you write that. We'll see how we can put them together. This was just like we were in this cauldron of creation, and it was awesome. And we couldn't write it down fast enough. It was happening so fast and so magically beautiful. Anyway, it was wonderful. But surrender, willingness, trust. We trust each other. We've been friends for so long, and we were in that space of trusting ourselves, our own craft, trusting the other person, trusting the process. So that's important when we're in this place of not being distracted from beholding the good. Surrender, willingness, trust, and then not being attached to exactly how life's supposed to show up. And then the next thing you know, everything became a lyric. Everything. I was driving home from there after we had to wrap up. I started to say after we finished, but I don't think we'll ever be finished now. We're on a roll. But I was driving home from there, and I saw a sign that said rest stop next right, and I literally could hear a lyric with the words rest stop next right. Like everything became a lyric because I was out of the need for a song and into the passion of expressing, into the passion of the process of beholding the good. Being inside of that and free of the critical eye, and as the Sufis say, in the heart's eye, looking at the world through the heart's eye. See, I'm already thinking, I should write a song about the heart's eye. We'll come back to that. Out of the critical eye and into the eye of the heart. Seeing with the eye of the heart, listening with the ear of love. That's how we behold the good. We get out of that place of, as Tamala said in the reading, out of that complaining. Let's recap that a little bit. Complaining from the Science of Mind magazine. Complaining is the hallmark of victim consciousness. The hallmark of victim consciousness. It doesn't mean we don't have challenges or hard days. It means that we spend more time praising what is working. Hear that. Doesn't mean we don't have challenges. Doesn't mean we don't have hard times. It means that we make a choice to spend more of our time, more of our energy, more of our passion in what is working. Tell people with the same enthusiasm and passion what is working in your life as you do when you tell what is not working. Because we get really passionate about what doesn't work. We get really passionate about the person that ticked us off or let us down or betrayed us or whatever. Do we get just as passionate when we're telling how amazing our partner is, or how wonderful our siblings are, or how wonderful our spiritual community is? So get just and even more so passionate about praising what's working, about lifting up those around us, speaking for possibility and the outcome you desire. That reading went on to say, what we focus on grows, so let our focus be on how the universe supports me and knowing life is for me. We do that, and then we get to just watch how it moves through us. Watch how we move to a higher vibration, a deeper trust, a greater demonstration of the good in our everyday lives. One more Book of Awakening reference. I've just been soaking in it this week. We used it at our writers retreat, and been using it with coaching clients. It's just a wonderful tool. And one other story from there that is probably one of my favorites. It was I think at the end of October, and it was the reading about the salmon swimming upstream, and how their ability to move upstream is because of their willingness to turn completely into the hardest hit at their most vulnerable space, their underbelly. They turn their underbelly from the center to the tail toward that wave of the waterfall that's coming, just pummeling, and it hits them with such force, it propels them up the waterfall, and it looks as though they're flying up a waterfall. So that's become my new analogy when I'm working with people who are going through challenging times. I'm like, oh honey, hang on, you're just flying up the waterfall. You're flying up the waterfall, but you're going to get drowned by the waterfall if you resist and you try to hold and you try to shelter yourself, because then it just hits you in the back, pushes you down if you're the fish, right? And so it's all about turning in and back to that willingness, that trust, that surrender, that detachment. And I had to laugh when I was thinking of sharing that story this morning, because Tamala, who shared our reading today, she was on a retreat with us, and we were at Stone Mountain State Park, and there was a fish trying to jump up the waterfall, and I was saying we don't have salmon here, and actually we do have a type of trout that I think is in the salmon family, but anyway, whatever this fish was, it was jumping up the waterfall, and I was just being silly, and I think I said something like, oh dude, give it up, you're not gonna make it up that waterfall. And she turned to me and she goes, Reverend Christy, I know you're not doubting his ability to make it up there to his dream. And I was like, oh, and everybody went, ooh. It was funny. And so we all started going, go on, man, you can do it. You got this, you can do it. Go ahead, turn into it. And I said, that thing flew way up. I didn't see if it actually made it all the way up, but we did see it appear to fly halfway up this waterfall. It was amazing, right? We constantly have this ability to turn into it, instead of shelter away, pull away, recoil, be fearful, be afraid, be angry. Instead, be open, seeing with the eye of the heart, hearing with the ear of love, and allowing life to propel us forward, even when we feel like we're flying and flailing sometimes, trusting that even in mid-flight, we are moving with life. We're moving. And we're going to choose to be in that space of beholding the good, being in that space of trusting in that process. So this complaining, this moving out of complaining, moving out of anything restrictive, restrictive and contracting, that's the word I was looking for. Rather opening and leaning in. These are tools that help us to move, to fly up the waterfall, to behold the good, to live in a state of peace and joy and happiness, and be that higher vibration expression that we're here to be. We can have confidence in life that it is for us. We can say, I choose to trust the universe. I look for the good and I praise it. Like the reading said, I look for the good and I praise it. Say that with me. I look for the good and I praise it. I see with the heart's eye. I hear with the ear of love. Listen. I listen with love's ear. I'm choosing to behold, to hold in my vision, and to hold in my heart, and to hold in my energy the person in front of me, either physically or in my mind's eye, and hold them safe and hold them sacred, and to see the divine in them and not buy into separation, not buy into any idea of separation. We are one, we are one, we are one. We are the many expressing as the one expressing as the many. This is a more peaceful way to live through life. But not just that. Beholding the good is participating in amplifying the good. Not just for yourself, but for all beings. It's taking that stand for love, choosing to stand for and as love in the consciousness work of being that love. Now hear me on that. It's in the consciousness of love that the work takes place. Choosing to stand in the consciousness of love allows us to continually behold and amplify the good. Thank you for doing that with me. And so it is. Place we can go to, whatever race or creed. A place we can go to, together you and me. A place we can go to stand in unity, hand in hand together, for all the world to see. And that place is love. That place is love. That place is love. In the consciousness of our hearts, stand in love. Now is the time we have to make a choice, to go to fear and hatred, or to give love a voice. Now is the time to stand in our belief and to hold in our minds what we want to see. So I stand in love. I stand in love. I stand in love. In the consciousness of my heart, stand in love. I truly believe that we are all one, and that a conscious revolution has begun. So I stand in love. I stand in love. I stand in love. In the consciousness of my heart, stand in love. Kids, we see you, we hear you, we appreciate you, and we love you just the way that you are. Divine love, moving through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the good in my life. So let's breathe into the energy of gratitude together, recognizing that we are always taken care of. And we're so grateful for that. You are taken care of. I am taken care of. We are taken care of by the Spirit of love. You're being blessed. You are being blessed by. I am being blessed by. We are being blessed by the Spirit of love. Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance to live in abundance. And so we open our minds and our hearts to live in the abundance. Live in the abundance of truth, the abundance of joy, the abundance of peace, the abundance of health, the abundance of prosperity in financial forms and in all forms. And so I say thank you, beloved God, for this service, for this community, and for this truth that we are always and forever taken care of. We are blessed and a blessing. And so I speak a word of blessing, a word of gratitude for each and every person that contributes to this beautiful Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening, a divine idea in the mind of God that continues to be prospered. And so I know for each person giving a financial gift that they too are prospered, because in giving back to God we can never outgive this source of all creation. So I say yes. For each person giving that financial gift, knowing and affirming with them, they are proving we are all proving our faith in an inexhaustible supply each and every time we give. So I say thank you. Thank you for this faith, for this abundance. Thank you, God, for the good in my life. And so it is. We just breathe in and let it be so. You are taken care of. I am taken care of. We are taken care of by the beauty of love, of being blessed. You are being blessed by. I am being blessed by. We are being blessed by the Spirit of love. Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance to live in abundance. Live in abundance. You are taken care of. I am taken care of. We are taken care of by the Spirit of love. And so it is, and so we let it be. Thank you for being with us today, and we invite anyone within driving distance that wants to join us next Sunday. Angie and I are inviting folks to the farm. So it's about an hour and 20 minutes it's exactly an hour and 20 minutes from NODA, or Center City, Charlotte. And the information is in the comments here. You'll also find it on our Facebook and our other outlets. So we just invite you to join us. We're going to have a fall picnic on the farm. So that's next Sunday. Telling folks to arrive between 12 and 1. We'll eat around 12:30 or 1, something like that, and just hang out and be in the beautiful fall weather together. So looking forward to seeing you there. And then the following Sunday we will have another in-person service at 10 a.m. at the Charlotte Art League. And for those of you who are in other states, other countries, joining us online for whatever reason, we will continue to be right here at 11 a.m. every Sunday. So thank you for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you again. Please reach out to us if there's any way that we can support you on your journey. prayer@awakeningcarolina.org or info@awakeningcarolina.org if you have questions about us. So thanks for being with us, and join us in our closing song if you would. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let the love. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We love you, we bless you, and we thank you. Have a fantastic week.